going to take my filled bathing suit that I created in Illustrator, and I'm going to take this and paste it onto a model in Photoshop. So I'm just going to do one part. You can do the rest on your own, but the part that I'm going to do is the bikini top. So what I want to do is copy it. So I need to make sure that my selection tool is selected. I'm going to click and drag just to select this part of the bikini top. I'm going to go here to edit and hit copy. So I need to go back in Photoshop and I'm going to open up my swim model. So I've already saved a document, swim model. I have two options here, but I'm going to try the first one and I'm going to open that up in Photoshop. So here she is. It's opened. What I need to do now is to paste that filled bikini top from AI onto the model. So I'm going to click edit, paste, and you want to make sure that the pixels is selected. So click OK. Now this pixel image is inserted into, well, placed into the model's document. So I want to just move this up a little bit, and I'm actually going to zoom in so you can see it a little closer. Now this is where your creativity, this is where your warp tool, your distort tool, all of these things are going to come into play. You have to get creative because this isn't going to lay on the body perfectly, but this is what you would do to make it work some type of way. So you have to get creative, trial and error. So this is where your skills come into play. So you want to probably pull this up a little bit. You can keep this aligned to the bottom of her bikini top. Stretch it over just a little bit. I'm not doing anything fancy yet. I'm just adjusting it to fit her proportions. So I'll bring the bikini top down a little bit, and it won't be that perfect. Even after you warped it and all of that good stuff, it won't be perfect, but you're going to try to work to get it as close as possible. So for now, that's okay. I'll hit return. So I'm going to click on my bikini top and I'm going to go to edit. I'm sorry, I have to find transform. So edit, transform, and I'm going to click warp. So once I click warp, I'm just going to move some of the points until I get it to fit the body as perfect as possible. So keep in mind, I'm only going to do the top. You're going to work on the bottom on your own. You're getting to learn different techniques in Photoshop. At this point, you should be familiar with this. So I'm just going to try to move and adjust the bikini top to my liking, use the proportions as best as I possibly can. Like I said, it may not be perfect, but you do what you can. So you'll notice that some points won't click and drag initially, but you just keep trying until you get it as closely as you possibly can. Trial and error. So don't be afraid to mess up and try it again. So my computer seems to be a little bit slow right now, but it's okay. As long as I can show you this demo, you should be fine and be able to work on it on your own. So I'm still just clicking and dragging certain areas of the bikini top to make sure that it fits appropriately to my liking as best as I could. And this may be the best possible option. I'm going to hit enter just to see how it turned out. So far, so good. If I zoom out, it's almost perfect. Almost perfect. So what I need to do is get creative when it comes to her hair. You can do different tools. You can use the stamp tool, and it actually clones different areas. this gives you a type of, example as to what to do. You can also use the smudge tool if you wanted to smudge some things out. But I'm going to get creative, and I'm just going to use her hair here to cover this. So everything else is okay. It won't get any better, but you guys may try to work it out. So I'm going to click on her just to make sure that her layer is selected, which is the background layer. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to try to take some of the pieces of her hair here to cover this. So I'm going to use my favorite thing, my favorite tool, my magnetic lasso. And you know what, it may not work because she isn't selected as a layer. So let me make sure that she's selected as a layer. I'm sorry guys, let me unlock it. Okay, so I need to bring this back up. Okay, so once again I'm going to try to select her, then magnetic lasso pieces of her hair. It won't be as pretty, but as an artist, as a learner, the more experience you have playing around with these different tools, the better you'll get at it. Well, the more practice that you have, the better you'll get at it. So I'm going to hit Command C for copy, Command B for paste. So I pasted a layer of her hair. I'm going to click on the move tool, and I'm going to drag it over. So it's still behind the bikini top strap. So I'm going to hit layer, arrange, bring to front. Now it's on top. So this is something that I can work with. It looks doable. So with that being said, I'll probably bring it down a little bit just to make it nicer. And then I'll hit Command T to stretch it up a little bit. And of course you can do your maneuvering. You can change some things around if you want. You can do all of this different type of stuff. So I'll hit that, and maybe I'll do the smudge tool to see if I can take some of it up, some of it down. Let me drag this down a little bit more. Yeah, and I think I'm going to smudge some of this. So I'm going to hit, let me see if I can find my smudge tool. I have to find it, guys. Give me a second. Here we go. So I hit smudge. Then I want to bring the size of it down so it doesn't look as messy. But you have to do what you have to do. So I'm going to smudge some of the shadows here. Bring that up some. Smudge it down just a little bit so it doesn't look too crazy. I can smudge some of this to give it a good blend as best as I can. Remember, it's not going to be as nice, but as the real thing, but you do what you need to do. I'm just smudging this sharp edge over her bathing suit, her bikini top. I'm going to smudge this a little. I'm just clicking on the end of it just to smudge that, and then I'm gonna smudge down a little bit of her hair towards the end. Then I'll go back up and try it again. Like I said, it's trial and error. You just try to blend it as best as possible until it works. So when you zoom out, it almost looks as if it's perfect. So depending on zooming in, how close you are, and even this strap isn't that bad, but I can zoom in, maybe take a little piece of the hair and overlay it. So let me click the move tool, click here. Let's just see what happens. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but once again, trial and error. You just use what you have to make it work. So I'm going to copy it, paste this piece. I'll bring it down just a little bit to cover this line, and then I'll hit layer, image, bring to front, and there we have it. So when I zoom out, it looks almost perfect. So I want you to use those same type of techniques to continue to work on the bottom. Once again, you'll go back into your AI picture artboard using the selection tool. Select the bottom, edit, copy, Photoshop, edit, paste, pixels, click OK. It's a little slow, but it's there. So then you bring it down and adjust it as need be. So I would suggest that you drop it right here at the crotch area, hit enter, and then maneuver it as best as you can. The same way that you did the bikini top, and there you have it. You can save that as a PSD. So I'm just gonna change it. I'm gonna change it to swim look 1. I'll save it as a PSD. That way I can go back and work on it. Click OK. But let's say you're done. You've adjusted. You've covered up the original bikini. You will go to File, Save As, Swim Look 1. You would change that to a JPEG, save, and there you go.